If you're spending so much time in analyzing what you want to do rather than taking that first step, this video is for you. In last 4 weeks, I have read 5 books that have changed completely what I think about changes that we do in our life. From building new habits to chasing clarity and defining your why, in this video, I'm going to give you what I've got so far in last 4 weeks. The year is about to end, and if you do not take action now, I don't think if you can really move forward, because over the past years, the competition for everything has been increased and doubled, which really means that whatever you want to do, someone is already doing in this world and they are making it better day by day. And think of you are just stuck somewhere at thinking or analyzing stuff that you want to do, but not taking any action in so far the journey that you have. So let's get started with the first book, that is 101 Habits. To build new habits, cut out time wasters. Treat your time like money. On a serious note, if you really need time to make some new habits, you need to cut down those time that you are spending on scrolling Instagram endlessly, and time you could use to morning workout, reading, or planning your day. Why you are looking for most suitable scientific reason to start your journey. In this book, we have identified that just taking action is enough for you to really get started with a new journey. And there are so many research articles that really support this entire notions. So in the study that was published in 1999, Implementation of Intention, Strong Effect of Simple Plans, the study highlights that having a simple immediate plan of action is much better than having a complexity that reduces the procrastination. Another study on mindset says the new psychology of success is all about people to embrace action, experimentation, and learning. No more explanation needed. If you want to do something, the best way to do it is just to do it. We spend so much time over analyzing and finding the most suitable scientific reasons to make changes, which ultimately make no sense and get us delayed in all the actions that we are taking. Now, once you have taken the action, the second book explains how you can better take actions and be productive at what you're doing. When we usually think of productivity, we always think that it is all about hardworking, hustling, and getting no time for ourselves and just getting it done. On the other hand, this book really explains how you can really enjoy the productivity in the work that you're doing. Productivity is not about doing hustling and getting it done, but it is all about how do you feel in the entire process. This book defines that productivity is all about doing things that you want to do and making yourself feel more good and energetic while doing it. This book really explains how do you feel in the moment has a lot to do with how productive you will be. And if I tell you my story, being honest, after a long 9-to-5 job, I still make time for my YouTube channel. It's not a burden or something I have to do it. It's something I feel passionate about. The satisfaction and energy I get from creating content make it feels effortless, and even after a busy work day. The same concept has been explained in another book that is called The Power of Full Engagement. It really says productivity comes from managing energy, not just time. Feeling good, rested, and energetically directly improves your productivity. So my last thought would be just to enjoy what you're doing and experience joy while doing all those things that you want to do. Now that we have tackled productivity, let's come on to defining why it is important. And our next book by Simon, Starts with Why, really gives us the answer that we are looking for. So productivity without purpose is just a motion. So that's why you have to understand it's not all about productivity, but more all about intentions of why you want to do things. Once you understand the intentions behind any action, your habits and productivity will come a long way, and you will find the passion in between. The intention of what you're doing always sets the stage and defines your why and helps you understand and get it done more easily. So now that we have understood the power of habits, understanding why, and productivity, my next book that will going to change your perspective is Eat That Frog. Eat That Frog is a classic of classic in productivity. It helps us to understand the reason behind procrastination. So when you're planning your day, you may be having a list of action items that you want to complete. And most of the times what happens is the things that is so important and something that we want to achieve, we always keep that thing last in the list, because our mind always says to really push on to those things because it will take more energy, hard of your time, and that's why it really pushes you to procrastinate and postpone those actions. This book really pay attention to doing that thing on the first thing in the morning. The author wants to tell us that doing the hardest task in the morning frees you and up the rest of the day. Hence, the name Eat That Frog. It encourages you to eat the frog in the morning so that you don't have to postpone it. This entire book has changed my perspective. It's around the story that if you want to eat a frog, what time you will select: breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So if you are really a person who wants to procrastinate and hate eating frog, you will postpone it till night. You will not going to take it on breakfast and lunch. What author has to say is eat that frog in the breakfast so that you have a little more time in the lunch and dinner to enjoy your happy meal. Now replace the frog with the action item that you want to do that will take a lot of your time. So once you have taken action of doing that thing, the rest of the day will be so easy for you that you will not stressed out thinking that you have a pending task on your list. The last in the series is focus on what matters. This book really concentrates on the notions that if you want to do something, do it, and your life will be much better compared to people who are not chasing their dreams. In most of the scenarios in your life, if you will give 100% into something and it may still not happen, that's completely fine. It doesn't mean that you stop putting efforts to all those things. All of this book has changed my perspective of what I really think about habits, productivity, and the clarity that I want in my life. Now it's time for you to make changes of what you really want to do. And trust me, I have seen people who is just overanalyzing things, thinking too much of what people will think about them and not taking any actions towards their goal. If you really want 2025 to be yours, it's time for you to really stop overthinking and do the things that you want to do.